Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're all doing good. So, I'm trading coach this side, and in today's lesson we are going to discuss about trapped traders, right? So, we will talk about trapped traders and we'll discuss about how we can profit from the trapped traders and how we can avoid getting trapped in the market, right? And of course, when you can spot other traders who are trapped in the market, you can make profit out of that, right? So I will show you some examples of market traps in a couple of charts. So before we look at the charts, here are a few things I would like to point out. So trading trapped traders is one of the best price action technique to gain some decent returns in the market. Alright, so if you want to find out some good profitable trades, so you need to look for market traps. Alright. And of course, so if you're already familiar with price action, you know that there are multiple ways we can recognize and trade trapped traders. Okay, there is not just one approach, but there are multiple approaches through which we can identify people who are trapped in the market and we can take advantage of those trapped traders. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk from my experience. I'm going to discuss about an approach that is very simple and effective, which is based on my own trading experience. Alright. So before we look at the strategy, here is another important point I would like you to remember, I want you to keep in mind. Before you trade trapped traders, you should be able to read the markets. You should be learning to read the markets and you should be willing to look at the markets from the perspective of other traders. Alright. So you should think and trade from the point of other traders. You should be willing to understand the market from other traders' perspective. Only when you do that, you'll be able to recognize the traps which are formed on the price chart. Alright. So, being said that, I recommend you to hit on the subscribe button, tap on the notification icon so that you can receive more insightful trading lessons, more insightful contents and more interesting videos just like these. And if you'd like to know more about me, more about my approach, visit my website, that is www.tradingcoach.co.in. If you are new to my channel, make sure you check out some of my videos and let us dive into the topic. Alright, so here is a simple market trap which has taken place in Infosys at the time of making this particular video. So this is an actual example, some of the recent example which we can see. So Infosys limited 5-hour time frame. I'm looking at the 5-hour chart of Infosys. So if you look at this particular chart over here, you can see that all the way from point A to point B, there is a nice fall in the market prices, right? There is a sharp fall which is driven by the market panic, right? So right after the sharp fall, you can notice that after this sharp sell off, most of the selling liquidity is almost done, right? The selling pressure is almost exhausted. There is no more selling pressure which is available on the market. So all the sellers are already done at this particular point. There is no more sellers in the market. So after touching this particular point over here, which I have marked as point B, you can see that the prices just bounced up a little bit. And right after the bounce, again you can see a kind of a sell-off, right? So all this selling which is taking place exactly at the bottom of this sharp fall are likely to be late sellers in the market. Alright, so these late sellers could be institutional traders or they could be some big portfolio managers, we are not sure who they are. So all these late sellers, what they are trying to do is they are trying to push the prices further to the downside. Alright, so you can see here they are actually putting the pressure on the support zone. So here you can see the market has formed a nice support zone. So you can see that the market prices are actually making lower lows here. The market is trying to put the pressure on the support zone. So they try to squeeze the prices. We call it as a squeeze. These sellers are trying to squeeze the support zone. But unfortunately what happens is the squeeze actually ends up as a failure. Right after the failure, you can see quickly this price action reverses. It traps all these sellers who have sold at this particular point, right, who have sold within this particular range, they are trapped in the market. So right after the trap, you can see what happens is quickly the market turns around and it has reversed altogether, right? So there is a squeeze, there is a failure of the squeeze, quickly there is a trap and there is a reversal. So when the market just quickly turned around, all these sellers who have taken short position are now supposed to convert their position. They are supposed to liquidate their positions. They need to buy back, right? So when they try to buy back the shares, all these sellers, when they try to liquidate their positions, their buying activity will add more fuel to this particular reversal which we are seeing on the price. And as a result, you can see the market just shot up like anything, right? So it's a nice squeeze failure market trap. So this is a bullish trading strategy. So what I would have done is, once I see a breakout like this, once I see a squeeze in the market, and once I see that the squeeze has actually failed, and once I see that the market has broken out on the other side of the squeeze, I would quickly go ahead and take my long position. In this particular case, I would have taken a long position right after this particular candle. All right. So this is a nice bullish example of a market trap trading approach. So let us look at one more example. So here is another chart. So this is Tata Motors 1-day time frame. And here we can see a similar price action, except in this particular case, you can notice that the market has actually broken on the downside. So here we had a nice upside rally, which is actually driven by the fear of missing out. All these buyers are actually buying the stock. They are actually, they have this FOMO in the sense, they have the fear of missing out this entire rally. So they're just pushing the prices upside. And once the market reaches a particular point, you can notice that the buying liquidity is almost dried up. Right? The buying liquidity is almost done. There is no more liquidity in the market. Then what happens is, the prices just goes into the sideways, and then we have a couple of buyers who are trying to push the prices above this particular resistance zone. Right? They are trying to break this resistance zone. Again, all these late buyers, they could be institutional traders, they could be big hedge fund managers, we are not sure who they are, but they are trying to influence the price. They are trying to push the prices beyond this particular resistance zone. And later what happens is, as usual, the squeeze has actually failed. The market quickly turned around, it trapped all these buyers, and now it's actually trying to reverse, right? You can see the prices are trying to fall right now. We can see a good selling pressure on the price action as of now, right? So here all these buyers who are trapped in the market, now when the prices goes down, they'll be forced to liquidate their positions. So they'll be forced to cut off their positions, and when they cut off their positions, they will add more fuel to this particular sell-off. Okay, we have a nice bearish market trap based trading setup. All right. So if I see this particular setup, what I would have done is, or what I have actually did is, right after this breakout candle, right after the squeeze failure, right once I see a breakout on the squeeze failure, and I would do it either in futures or options. So once I taken a short position, when the prices goes down, I can stand to profit from that, right? So that's how this is. This is a simple strategy, and you can look for this kind of trading setup on any specific time frame. So if you have any doubts or any questions, and if you like to know more about this, kindly leave your questions and thoughts on the comment box below. And at the same time, if you like this video, kindly click on the like button. It's a big motivation for me to create more videos just like this. And finally, thanks a lot for watching, and happy trading.